Hi, I'm Lamar Bridges, creator of JusticeNotVengeance.com and also Justice Not Vengeance. This is a review of Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is a action adventure RPG that takes place in the Harry Potter world. Now, Harry Potter, the movies, not a fan of it, can't recommend it. But Hogwarts Legacy, yeah, that is a game I would definitely recommend. This game brings back so many elements of RPG for me as a kid. One thing that I do love about this game, and it kind of shows the difference between Gotham Knights, which was also published by WB Games, and Hogwarts Legacy, which is published by WB Games. The difference is that in Gotham Knights, you didn't get much customization and details of it. When you customized, it was very minimum. It didn't make too many big changes that you could do yourself. For example, when you wanted to change a suit, you couldn't change a lot about the suit. You could only change the colorway. You could change to different presets of the suit, but that was it. And they were repeated suits. You had 20 suits that had 10 different colors. That's not a lot to really do. In Hogwarts, you can have different classes. You can have different hats. You can have different outfits for your regular clothes. Then you can have different jackets on top of that. Those are customizations that show you they have in-depth feeling. And that's what and that's what makes those customizations really fun. That's one thing Hogwarts Legacy does that's really awesome. The customization to the T is phenomenal. If anything, I wish they would have added more to the game. I wish they would have added more in-depth stuff. I think the fact that the customization is so good that they give you options on how you want to look. They give you options on your race of character. Most games kind of are tedious with that, and a lot of times they don't have good skin complexion, but Hogwarts does it well. They does it really good where if you want it to be a shade of darker brown, you can be that. If you want it to be a shade of white, you can be that. If you want to be that in between, you can do that as well. And that's what helped elevate the game to make it more personal for people. But Hogwarts Legacy, I haven't even gotten to the best part of the game, the combat. The combat is so great. The combat is so fluently smooth. And it's much better than how I did that sentence. But the combat is great. How many games have we played where the combat can be funky or have one small gimmick to it that makes it fun, but everything else is a throwaway? Here with Hogwarts Legacy, you can tell the developers focused on that combat. You have a wand, but yet you treat the wand as a fighting style. It's not a third person shooter per se. There are little elements that you can aim and shoot, but you can tell that that aspect of it wasn't fully developed. That was more of a secondary movement, but the combat makes the game what the game is. You feel powerful, you feel like a wizard, you feel like you can do whatever you want to an extent, of course. The combat is combo style. Again, the way this game looks, you would think it would be closer to a third person shooter element like Uncharted, like a Gears game, but it's not. And I'm glad they did that. You get the parry, you tap your triggers to shoot the basic core casting spell. Then you get to add combos with different spell elements. This is how games should be. If you ever played The Witcher 3, it feels the same way You get to add different elements to your character to play how you want. Not everyone's going to have the same style. Even though this even though this even though this isn't a RPG, I'm sorry. Even though this isn't a multiplayer, but you still get that feel that you could play this with other people. So the combat, damn near a 10 out of 10. I wish I could say it's perfect because it feels perfect, but there's always something they can add. And I want them to add. Make a part 2. Make a part 2, and I guarantee you're going to get the same sales, if not better. I understand there's outside world stuff of gaming that people try to shut it down. Listen to the gaming community. We love it. We love this game. Story is cool. I think the story is subjective. I think the story is more for you. So I can't give you, or not can't, I won't give you a rating for story. So far, the story kept me interested into the game. It's helped me continue along playing. Honestly, I don't think I did a story mission without just doing combat. And what I mean by that is I did mostly side quests, or I just kind of explored because of how fun the combat is. There's different combinations to your spells. Oh my goodness. You could do a simple tap, 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 and then lift someone up, tap, 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 set them on fire, parry someone else trying to attack you, and then finish that person off with a slam or a push. There's so many combat combinations in this game that keeps the game feeling fresh. Of course, there are certain spells. That you can't use in combat, which is fine. Not everything needs to be used for combat, but majority of your spells, like I said, I wasn't a fan of the Harry Potter movies, but I'm a fan of this game. Oh yes. This game was more of a, if I get it, I got it. My girlfriend wanted to get it, so of course I got it. But man, the combat is what sells the game for me. I think if you're into story, again, I think it's subjective. So to me, the story isn't bad. I don't think the story's boring. I don't think the writing is boring. It does cater to the English, and it does cater to the British English language, which is English, of course, but it caters to their dialect. It caters to their slang, and which is fine. It doesn't destroy the game or anything. It doesn't slow it down. You don't have to pause and be like, what are they talking about? But yeah, it doesn't, it's not American English. It's British English. Anyway, the game is great. The game is fun. I recommend this game fully. If I had to give this a rating, I give this game a 9 out of 10 because there's always improvements that can be done. Of course, make a part 2, give us more spells, keep that same formula. Keep the same formula of combat. Do not change that. Just add to it. In fact, just add more spells. Don't change the combat of timing or anything. The game is where it needs to be. Just add more spells. That's it. I didn't come into any glitches. I didn't come to any glitches of the game. I did have, however, some frame rate dipping. I did have frame rate dipping that dropped below 60. You can kind of tell once you get used to playing higher frames, which is fine. It's just this game is kind of high demanding. It's a beautiful game. It looks really good. Trust me, guys, if you haven't played this, I highly, highly recommend it. This is what Forspoken should have been. Yeah, I said that. How Hogwarts Legacy plays, Forspoken should have been like that. It would have had a way better sell. It would have had a way better review from people. I only played a demo, so I can't really say too much. I'm just going off of what people have been telling me. But Hogwarts Legacy, 2 thumbs up, 9 out of 10. Great game. Almost the perfect game for this year. Atomic Heart next. Let's get it.